unrestricted free agent. I think this guy earned himself a ton of money because he was absolutely balling out in the playoffs. Imagine what this guy would be doing if he wasn't tired and Tom Thibodeau didn't injure the rest of the team. So, could you see him chasing the bag, or do you think he wants to stay with his team in New York?
I could see him in a place like Dallas potentially if they can make it work. I think that he would be a nice fit there, but I think he liked New York. I think he wants to be in the playoffs though, because I feel like that's when he was recognized the most. So I think he should flirt with the markets, but I do see him going back to New York.
Okay. And then at number 6, we have DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan's been thrown out there a lot as potentially a replacement for the Clippers for Paul George. Would that make sense for you?
I guess I do think he wants to go to LA. I actually, believe it or not, I do think this is a person that the Lakers would try and go after. Tell me DeMar DeRozan in the Lakers uniform doesn't make sense.
Yeah, a guy who can't shoot threes.
Yeah, I'm like DeMar DeRozan. I think is going to be a Laker. I just think the way the Lakers are run, the way DeMar DeRozan is at the point of his career, still a very solid player, but perhaps overpaid. I think that that's where he's going to end up with the Lakers.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect fit because you had like Luol Deng went to the Lakers, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, at the end of his prime and at the end of his career went to the Lakers. Rondo at the end of his career was on the Lakers. Danny Green. So yeah, the list goes on. So why not add DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, the retirement home of the NBA.
Yeah, turning into the Tennessee Titans. Who knew? Um, and then we have James Harden, who unrestricted free agent, and we know James Harden is just going to be like, all right, is anyone offering me a lot of money? I'll go there, and then
Yeah,
I'll ask to leave.
yeah, I think he's going to chase the bag because that's what James Harden has always done. So whoever's going to pay him the most money, go ahead. If someone wants to give him a max contract, go right ahead.
All right, Charlotte, step up, or Virginia now, I guess.
Yeah, Virginia, Hornets, or maybe the Pistons if they want to sell tickets.
Or it's Washington that's going to Virginia. So it's still the Hornets. So yeah, James Harden, LaMelo Ball. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh, and then a few players left here. KCP has a player option. Just stay in Denver.
Yeah, stay in Denver.
And then we have probably the last interesting free agent here. Clay Thompson averaged 17 points with the Warriors. He's a unrestricted free agent. Him and the Warriors said they're ready for a lot of uncomfortable conversations here. Clay Thompson wants that last contract, and the Orlando Magic are dying to give him as much money as possible. They had their playoff run last year. They want to add a veteran piece to a young team, and they think that piece could be Clay Thompson, especially with how they push the Cavaliers. Could you see Clay Thompson leaving the Warriors this year and going to the Magic?
I think it's inevitable at this point. He's going to handicap the Warriors more than he's going to help them at this point. And as much as we love to see people play their entire careers everywhere, there's a reason why we saw Michael Jordan on the Wizards, the reason why we saw Scottie Pippen on the Trailblazers. There's a reason why we saw Dennis Rodman play for all these other different teams. It's going to happen. Steve Kerr with the Spurs, like it's inevitable. And then ultimately, whether it's the Magic, whether it's the Hornets, if the Hornets can give money to Gordon Hayward, they can give money to Clay Thompson. Those teams are always in the mix. I think a team that's poorly run will give him a max contract.
Yeah, a team that's poorly run will definitely give him a max contract because they're not necessarily looking to be a championship team. Most of those teams are just looking to sell tickets. So if you can get people in there just to see Clay Thompson, I think they will. But yeah, I could see Clay on the Magic, but maybe the Spurs are going to be a team that's going to be throwing around a lot of money. So say you get Lonzo Ball, Clay Thompson, Paul George, OG Anunoby, Victor Wembanyama.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good team. So I think a lot of people are going to be thinking about the Spurs there, but I could see him going to Orlando. I was thinking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, but that was before they traded for Caruso, and I don't think they're going to want to commit that much money to him, especially when you're going to have to start paying Jalen Williams and these players. But I do think he's going to go for the most money possible, and then also think about lifestyle a little bit, being somewhere on the West Coast or Florida.
Yeah, somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, somewhere where it's warm. Maybe the Lakers, though. Is this the time where he goes to play for the Lakers? You're talking about how DeMar DeRozan was old and at the end of his career. Could you see Clay just being like, all right, maybe I'm a Laker now, and the Lakers paying him that much money and going into the luxury tax?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about the retirement home. He was born a Lakers fan. This is where the infamous 0 of 11 in a game 7 meme comes from. So I think I can definitely see him in LA. I think it's going to be one of those two players, but would I be surprised to see him in LA? Absolutely not.
Yeah, so I could see the Lakers. The Magic, it's been a real thing though, so I could see Clay Thompson there, but